The frivolous, fictitious, and appalling allegations have been dismissed. The civil suit was without merit and never going anywhere. The fictional tale they created was laughable. If not for the seriousness of the claims, I would not wish this experience on anyone. The trauma that my wife, my children, my loved ones, and I have endured can never be dismissed. And, he went on to say that this 1-800 lawyer gets to file a suit hiding behind a Jane Doe, and when they quickly realize that the money grab is going to fail, they get to walk away with no repercussions. The system has failed. And I think Jay-Z went on to say that, he lost $20 million in damages behind this, man, and he don't appreciate that.
And I agree with him 1,000%. And I was telling you that before we even start talking about this right here, that I feel like that it should be some type of law when you bring these type of charges against somebody, which it hadn't got criminal yet. Yeah. But in the court of public opinion, it's criminal. Yeah. That lawyers or just any John Doe should be able to walk away scotch-free. Yeah. I have been a victim of that before. Not on the level of Jay-Z. Yeah. But I have been a victim on, he was there. Yeah. And I wasn't there. You understand what I'm saying? Cost you money. Yeah. Sometimes it might cost you jail time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And the system, they just get to walk away scotch-free. Yeah. Now, what happened a lot of times is, say, for instance, if this had been criminal, the law hide behind the person, that lawyer, and they'll walk away scot-free because they'll throw it on the lawyer. But they don't go and punish the lawyer. Yeah. See, if you put it, if there was a plan in place to be able to have, there were repercussions for people that are bringing these allegations. If the law said, hey, you better make damn sure that you write, about this right here before you, put Beehive name out there, or you have Wick locked up, or you do this or you do that. Because if it fails, then I'm gonna give Beehive, Wick, or Jay-Z the power to come back and do you a certain kind of way. Yeah. See, now people think about stuff because it's not just, with this right here, it was the lawyer doing it. But, I have had friends that females have accused them of stuff. Yeah. That then they don't sit in jail for 2-3 years. My God. And then next thing you know, they just throw it out. Find out the girl was lying. They caught her talking to her girlfriend. Yeah, girl, I was just trying to drag his ass. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. And you can't get back those 3 years. Oh, my God. Plus, it was a stain on your name. You might have lost your job. You might have lost your old lady. You might have lost your family. And vice versa. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Guys lie, too. Yeah. I feel Jay saying he lost $20 million. $20 million might not be as much to Jay-Z as $20 million would be to somebody that only had $20 million. I'll tell you that. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? What if you had just made your first $20 million? Yeah. And it took all that goddamn money to get from up under this shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The court ain't trying to give you nothing back. They may let you sue the person. Yeah. That person ain't got no damn money. What do you win? That goes on right now in entertainment. A lot of people come out and say anything about a certain entertainer. Yeah. And people be like, well, it gotta be true. He didn't sue the person. I'd be like, the motherfucker is works minimum wage that said it. Yeah. It's gonna cost them millions of dollars to even bring it to court. Yeah. To get a judgment or get somebody that don't make any money. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So, I feel Jay Payne. I feel him. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce stayed down with him the whole time. That's real. And I would like to think that if she felt like it was, it was something that, with her brand standing alone, she don't need Jay, that she would have walked away from. We saw Tiger old lady walked away. Yeah. Right off the rip. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, this too much, and I know some of this shit, So I like to think that they knew something, they knew it was bullshit, but as you just said, the attorney is not gonna face it's just my bad. Yeah.
Well, see, one of the things that you just brought to my attention that I can appreciate too is that Beyonce standing by his side throughout it all too, because they were together at the Grammys.
Correct.
Okay. They was out there in the spotlight together with Jay being up under this kind of persecution. And they were like, you know what? We're going to stand together as a family and we're going to go out here and we're going to face this stuff together. We're going to still get these awards, but we're going to still show that we are a unit out here. So, I mean, I can respect that too from a family perspective out of it all. And then with Jay-Z, you know, I'm just glad that, you know, he was able to win. But, you know, I could tell when he came out firing that he wasn't going for that and they weren't going to beat him in this case. I just felt like it was going to be a black eye and it was going to definitely, you know, hinder, mess up some money and stress him out. But I didn't really believe that that case had any legs to begin with when they came after him with that stuff. So it's good to see that, you know, that the system does work to a certain extent, even though, you know, he feels like it did fail him because he shouldn't have had to deal with the persecution to begin with. However, you know, there are a lot of black men or just men in general that are in jail for crimes they didn't commit.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
you know, that's a good thing right there that he was able to just, you know, get that monkey off his back, get back to doing what he was doing and being productive as always.
And something else that you're leaving out, that we're leaving out too. They didn't just drop it on Jay-Z; they dropped it on Puffy too.
Ooh.
See, the lawsuit was
Both
claiming that Puff and Jay raped this person.
See that?
So they dropped the charges on both of them.
Okay.
Now that was a large segment of the population. I said this the last time I was on here. I said, you know, when they first came at us, the public, it was, you know, Puffy was selling drugs, trafficking minors. It was all these things that get us to be like, lock it up. But as stuff is coming out, it's only thing that I'm hearing is that he was just a freak. Maybe he was gay. He had a bunch of baby oil. He threw parties that, you know, you could choose whether to stay or you could go if you indulged in that type of lifestyle. I'm not hearing a lot about the minors. I'm not hearing a lot about the trafficking. I'm not hearing a lot about the drugs that all the keys he had. You know what I'm saying? Those things are starting to get wiped under the rug. Every documentary I see now is some guy sitting up there saying that his career didn't go right because Puffy touched him. I mean, he tried to holler at him. Some female, her shit didn't go right because, you know what I'm saying, he wanted her to sleep with him. You know what I'm saying? Puffy's, you know, slapped a few niggas. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not hearing what they got all us up in arms about. And and a lot of times what happens. So, you know, I'm interested to see now that got dropped with Jay. It was the same thing with Thugger. You know, let everybody tell it. Thugger was out here killing everybody. You know what I'm saying? He was the menace to society. He was putting hits on everybody in the world. And they couldn't find none of that to be true. But it cost him a lot. He sat in jail for 3-4 years. Had to fight down to the final day.
Same thing with Lucci.
And same thing with Lucci. So, you know, my thing is, I like to tell people to pump the brakes. You know what I'm saying? Let shit play out. Stop jumping on black folk, black men, black women. Just stop jumping on people from the first thing that you hear, especially with the internet, with everybody out here being an internet detective. We got the stuff. Before you left last week, I think last Wednesday we dropped one and we was talking about the Big Meech situation. Everybody, you know, you had half the people, you know, saying that, you know, Meech didn't snitch, and then you got half the people talking about he was a snitch, and I would ask everybody that said he was a snitch, I said, well, what makes you say he's a snitch? What show me where did he snitch at? Oh, well, 50 said he snitched, or this person said he snitched, or my cousin said he snitched, or this blah, 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 I said. So that makes it true. You ain't went and got damn paperwork. You don't heard somebody on the internet say that he snitched, or somebody that's doing 30 years for them doing harm to the community say, well, you know what? He snitched on me, but there's no paperwork on it, and you rolled with that. I don't have arguments about this shit. I said, when you show me the paperwork to where he snitched at, then I will believe it. Come to find out, there is no paperwork. I was just watching Sean G the other day. And shout out to Sean, man. And Sean went line by line with every single paperwork, with the every single line, every document that there was in this case with Big Meech. Nowhere did he or the public detectives find where Meech actually cooperated with the police and told on anybody. But that narrative has been out there on him. The man can't make no money. I said this, on my Real Ghetto Mafia. I said that even if, let's just say hypothetically, it was true, I said I still believe in second chances. Behind there was a guy, name was Don King.
Yeah.
You might have not heard of him before. He was a boxing promoter.
Yeah.
He went to prison for murder. Right?
Yeah.
I think in 1965.
Yeah.
After doing his time for murder, he got out. And through the biggest boxing match to ever happen, it was over in Africa. It was a boxing match called the Thriller in Manila. And I say this to say that even if Meech had did what a lot of people say, they don't turn it back on him or turn it back or anybody in Meech's position. Don't our black brothers and sisters, when they get out, they deserve a second chance. If Don King hadn't got a second chance from the Black Panthers, from the NAACP that fucked with him, these was big black powerful movements that bagged him.
Yeah,
and he was a murderer. You understand what I'm saying? But if not for a lot of blacks saying, you know what? It was manslaughter. Shit had happened. They got into it. He choked him to sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he killed him.
Yeah.
But we still believe there's value there. And come to find out, he became the biggest boxing promoter in the world. I say that to say, why couldn't Meech? Why couldn't he, couldn't he turn his shit around? And why shouldn't he, there are people on the, on the post on you and I saying, well, a drug dealer, he shouldn't get a concert anyway. He shouldn't be able to, come out. Like, come on, bruh. That's black on black crime to me. And I want to straighten that from the last, when we talked last week about this entire situation.
Yeah.
We got to stop. Motherfucker pay their debt to society. When they get out, what in the hell makes you think that a person does not deserve a second chance and they shouldn't be able to make no money out here and right the wrong? So I did want to say that from the first interview. You snapped on last week. A lot of stuff that you were saying, I had to take it home and digest it. And you were saying that that we all lose, the people, the vendors, the ticket booth people, the people that set the stage up, the parking people, the people that's parking the cars, the promoters, everybody lost by these concerts not going down. And my last thing is this right here, and I'm gonna put this out there to the people about the entire, the Meech and 50 situation that I didn't get to touch on because, you went on vacation. Stars is the company that put out the BMF series. I want to educate people. Stars put out the BMF series. 50 has a deal with Stars. Stars is owned by Lionsgate, if you don't know that. Okay, and they had different shareholders in that, but none of them look like you and I. Okay? And what happens is, I'm going to bring it back to kind of like Kanye and Puffy. This is what happens when Meech is locked up and 50 is doing, this BMF series. He takes it to them. They cut budgets for it. 50 ain't paid out of his pocket. They cut budgets for this. But since he put it all together, his G Unit films, they can shoot it, they can handle all the stuff. It's the same way in the record business. You know what I'm saying? Cash money. They go get money from Universal. Understand what I'm saying? No Limit go get it from Priority. You know what I'm saying? So it works the same entire way. Okay, so 50 goes get money for the BMF series. He tells them, hey Meech, I'm gonna let you play your dad. I'm gonna put you through school, and so we can make this thing pop. Because 50 he wants to make money. You understand what I'm saying? Plus you owe back money. Once you get a budget cut to you, we know how it works in the industry. You owe that money back, plus a percentage of it. Their profit. So what happens is that a lot of times in these situations, I'm not saying this is exactly what happens, but this is what happens in most of the situations. When it comes up for renewal, the company can say, you can go back to that same company and say, okay, we did 1 series or 2 series. Hey, it's time to re-up. Can we get another 3? That company right then has the right of refusal to say, you know what? We think that show has ran its course. Plus, on top of that, you know, the guy that we're talking about here and portraying, he's getting out of prison. So we don't even really want to have to even deal with that now. You understand what I'm saying? We think that it's ran its course. He's getting out. We made what we can. We're not going to cut no more, but you can pay for it out your pocket. Now that gives 50 when you see the text and it puts it into context when Lil Meech says the next season and 50 says, what next season, little nigga? See, people don't understand the context of that. That lets you know that 50 already knew that the show wasn't getting read up. That's why he said that. See, people run around, 50 canceled the show. He did it himself. No, 50 has a boss. And we both know in this situation, you and I talk about this all the time. That's why when you left the radio station, because you had a boss. They could tell you what and what not to do. They made the decisions for you. You don't have one now. So we can't get canceled now. By the time we signed to a company, to a iHeart, to a whatever. Global media company. Now they could come in. If they say they want Wicked, I'm going to put it to where y'all understand it. If that company comes in and say, be high, I don't care what problem you got with Wicked, you need to work it the fuck out. Because Wicked is a priority of ours. So here's what's going to happen. Either you're going to work it out with Wick, or we're going to move you out the motherfucking way.
Ask Skip Bayless about that.
And we'll deal with Wick, exactly. And we'll deal with Wick, we'll sign Wick ourselves. So meaning Stars, if they wanted BMF series, they would have told Fifth, hey, don't be out here talking crazy about the problem, because we're fixing to go into another season of this right here. That doesn't make sense for the brand. When they decided they weren't going to read it up, they gave 50 out to be like, hey, I canceled it. I bossed up on them. I did this. I did that. This stuff was more about business. And a lot of us was wrong on both sides. A lot of us thought that, you know, for a minute I was just like, 50 can't be this goddamn mad over no damn picture. You understand that he would cut his nose off, you know what I'm saying, spite his face, that he would lose $150 million. Well, no, he ain't losing nothing. He knew that they weren't gonna give him no more money for it anyway. So it was over. That's why he said, what season, little nigga? He already knew that his bosses wasn't gonna give him another dime for it. So therefore now seeing Ross on a picture with seeing Meech on a picture with Ross now gives him an out. You understand what I'm saying? And let's think about it from this way. We all thought that Meech was goddamn, a lot of these podcasts, man, Meech out here, he clout chasing, he shouldn't have messed with Meech. Meech probably already knew that they weren't gonna re him up for the next season. So now I need to get out here and try to get me some money. But now the man money has been stopped because of
craziness. You know, for me, watching everything, you know, I had to go out with a blast before I went on vacation because it was like, you know, I was already at a boiling point myself just in life in general.
Correct.
So I was like, you know what, seeing that everything all together, I came to a point into a conclusion to where this world, like you say, I'm a dreamer. Okay, I'm a dreamer. I'm a dreamer. I think about the world being how it should be in a better place
for everybody. Half full. Cup half full.
I keep that cup half full than a mother, because if I didn't, I'd be out here acting a fool.
Right.
Okay, that's number one.
Right.
Number two, I just wanted to see folks get together and get this money and just make it do what it's supposed to, because it'll be a lot easier. I see that we could all be successful just working together too.
Correct.
Okay, so guess what? If what you're saying is true about Stars and Lionsgate, they don't cut the budget. Right. Then you know, 50, Rick, y'all can put y'all money together and keep the party going and make more money together.
They don't want to do that. They're not going to do that.
And that's what I'm knowing. That's what I'm knowing. But I come in here to try to give folks a way out. You see what I'm saying? Because see, the path of destruction, nobody gonna win on that. If you give people a way out and say, hey man, you know that you could just work together. Right. Then at least somebody in the back of somebody's mind might be like, you know what, B-High said ain't half bad. Maybe we could just work together and keep it pushing. Right. The other part was, you know, I caught a lot of flack. They were saying, Meech is a drug dealer. Right. You know, similar to what you said about Don King. Right. Those same people that was crying about Meech being a drug dealer are the same ones at Jay-Z's concert.
Right.
Wasn't he a drug dealer?
Right.
Those the same ones that were watching BMF.
Watching the series. That's what I said. You can't have it both ways.
That are fans of 50 Cent. Wasn't 50 Cent a drug dealer
Exactly.
too?
Exactly.
Wasn't this country built on hustling?
Right.
So, I mean, you know, drug dealing, bootlegging, and hustling, that's just as American Pie. So why are you getting mad at somebody just getting some success? Folks just want to find a finger to point at some damn body. Now, we talking about
selective
redemption.
outrage.
It's selective outrage, but then it comes back to, you know, folks want to point a finger, but we're not even giving a man a chance for redemption. It's about redemption. Now, if he comes back out here and he gets back to his old ways, no, we don't need to be celebrating that.
Absolutely.
I agree with that 1,000%.
Absolutely.
But allow him the chance to become Jay-Z.
Absolutely.
Allow him the chance to become 50 Cent.
Absolutely.
Allow him the chance to become Malcolm X.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? All of these people had shady pasts that, you know, we wouldn't respect or would be frowned upon by, you know, the populace. But, you know, at the end of the day, you got to give folks an opportunity for redemption. And with this kind of influence that people have, and from what I understand, you know, that's what they were going. That was the direction that they were going in. You know, trying to make it a better place for everybody to live. Let's figure out how to help these kids out. Let's figure out how to help these single mamas out. Let's figure out how to, you know, move the culture forward. So my dream in mind, I'm thinking, you know what I have seen over and over again is people lose, man. I've been seeing a lot of losing, okay? And I'm seeing a lot of losing taking place that doesn't necessarily have to be.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Sometimes if you just help somebody, they won't lose.
Correct.
Sometimes if you see somebody drowning, if you reach down instead of recording them drowning, you might save a life. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Instead of recording and being a spectator, reach down there, pull somebody up out that water so they don't drown. And folks act like that's just so difficult to do. And then, you know, also it gets to a point to where, you like you say, you're dealing with a lot of different rich folks that they straight. They straight, y'all. They can afford to miss out on a television show, miss out on a concert, miss out on a movie, miss out on millions of dollars. But you got people out here that are penny pinching trying to make it that can't afford to miss out on nothing.
Not a goddamn thing.
And we're getting so far away from the reality of the world as we know it that the little people that are, guess what? Somebody might have to commit a crime because they can't make the money because we ain't creating the opportunities for people to make money.
Absolutely.
Hip hop is $1 billion business, man. You know, it shouldn't just be the people at the top getting paid. Let everybody get paid.
I agree.
Let's just stop all of the beefing and let's let everybody get paid and let's just move the culture forward and make it better for everybody. That's all I'm asking.
That part. And I agree with you 100%. And this will be my last thing, behind and about what you just said a minute ago. You said that the same people that were saying that Meech shouldn't have had a concert were the same people that were watching the BMF show. That just stuck out to me. You can't have it both ways. Either you're against the show and the concert, or you're with the show and the concert. So you got a lot of people where the show was fine because they liked the 50. But the concert wasn't fine because they didn't like Meech. You see, you can't have it both ways.
Have it both ways.
It's either one of the two. Either both of them was frowned upon, or both of them you had no problem with. You understand what I'm saying? So my last thing would be, like I said, you know, with an example is Kanye, and an example is Puff Daddy. You know, everybody thought that Puffy owned Ciroc, but DiVaggio did. We know that now. Once he, you know, called them out and he chose sides with them, he's where he's at. Once Kanye, you know, called out Adidas, everybody thought that his Yeezys, he was pressing them and he was making them. No, Adidas was behind it. Once he called them out, you know, they say he went from $1 billion to $2 million then overnight. You know what I'm saying? 50 decided he saw what those two did and said, "Well, I ain't doing that. I'm sticking with my guns for stars. I'll take the heat for canceling the show." He could have easily came out and said, "Well, shit, you know, my bosses them they didn't want to redo the show anyway." You know what I'm saying? And threw it in the lap of them. You understand what I'm saying? He was a good boy. And he said, "You know what? I'll take the heat of it. I'll say that I cancel. Plus, it makes me look bossed up." You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this is not fact. This is me going on how I know the industry to be, how I know the music industry to be.
Yeah.
All the labels that were successful, that were saying they were really independent, they had what did you call a parent company that they had to report back to.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And those parent companies are the one that was cutting the checks for these labels. And I'm not gonna get into calling labels, but everyone that I knew that you think that was totally independent, they wasn't independent. They had an Arista, Universal, Capitol, you know, behind them that was given, whether it was a silent partner or whether it was, you know, a loud partner. And I'm just leaving it at that right there, big guy, you know, and let people digest that, what I just said.
I ain't mad at you, man. Y'all hit the comments. Let us know how you feel. It ain't no right or wrong comments. Get in the community and let us know what you're thinking, how you feel about everything. Be High Radio, shout it. Big Galaxy. I'll let y'all in a minute, man. We gone.